What's up there, guys? Welcome back to Digger Detecting. Welcome into the shed at home, and today we're talking about the camper trailer. Reason being is because it is school holidays and, well, we're going to bust it out. We're going to go camping in the goldfields with the boys. We're going to go find some gold. So today what we're going to do though before we do that is prep it. We're going to get it all ready. We're going to move some cars, probably the Prado, out of the way, and we're going to set this camper up in the shed right here and give you a look inside, outside. We're going to pull the kitchen out. We're going to give you a look at all the electrics. It is basically a 2014 Mars Vanguard camper for anybody interested, and it's a pop-top hard floor camper. So everybody thinks I've got a boat on the top of here, or I can mount a boat on top of here, but in actual fact we use the ratchet strap here to release and open the camper, and I'm going to show you that as we go. So as I said, inside, outside, kitchen, we're going to show you our electrics in there, all our LED setup, and show you how it's all powered up. So anyway, let's make a start and let's give you a look. Rightio, well, Prado's out of the way as you can see, and the camper is set in its place. And we did have him going long ways, but when it opened up, well, we were going to hit Helena's car. So I paced it out and it wasn't going to work, so we can't do that. So we've got him on the angle, that's okay. And look, what I didn't show there is I've just dropped the foot pegs at the back. So we've got two stabilizer foot pegs at the back here. You pull the handles out and they just basically drop down. So make sure you always put them up before you take off when you finish camping. So just adjusting there though with the pole up or down, and you've got left and right, as I said, adjust them up and make sure your camper is nice and level. So at the front here we've got the level, little spirit levels to show that. So we've actually got a couple of the old ones and some new ones that I've put on, but the jockey wheel you can go up and down. As I said, the foot pegs at the back you can go up together or left and right, and make sure you get that in place nice and level. Lock the handbrake on, of course, and then the next step to do is basically put the pole up, hook the strap up, and we can start opening the camper. Alright, well that's pretty cool. We've hooked on the strap, and as you've seen we let out a little bit extra cord there for when the camper pops up and open with the spring of the shocks there, the struts. It's got that little bit of leeway with the straps, but remember to always lock that in place, because if you don't, once it gets going, well, there's no stopping it. So now we've got the strap in place, and that's the most important thing. We can start undoing these little clips and basically letting the clips up. And next thing we're going to do is lift the camper up. It's that easy. And I'm taking a little bit of time filming this. However, this is generally for a one-man operation. It's generally about a 5-minute process. It does not take long at all. So collect our clips. Ideally you could put them back on. Just hook them back into there, but I just collect them up and we put them in our pocket, and later we put them in the toolbox in a plastic container. So let's now open him up and show you look just how easy it is. Alright, well I did not show it, but we've got the clips open, and I just needed 2 hands to open the camper there. It's got a little bit of weight to it. One hand, it just did not cut it, so 2 hands could not hold the camera. We've opened him up though, and as you can see the stretch and the strain on the strap there, and the camper's caught halfway. Now it's got the gas struts on the side, each side, which is forcing it open. That is why you've always got to make sure that's locked in place. So now what we can do is release that lever and we can start lowering him down all the way. Well, wasn't that nice and easy, hey? And all you do now is just remove the clip, the hook, and if you're out the bush and you're going to be moving away within that day, you just sort of throw him off to the side. And look, I generally tuck him down near the wheel if it's not too dirty or muddy. Otherwise, fold him up neatly, or you could even retract him back on the ratchet strap. But look, if you're moving, you don't want to be on that ratchet strap back and forth all day. It's not hard, it just takes time, and it does wear your arm out, so little electric winch should be good. The next thing we do is we open him up, the canvas up, we get inside and we push the poles out. Now these are all set poles, they're not something that you have to erect every time. They're all just basically preset in place. We'll get in there and show you a look, but literally you just push them out and it all pops open. So let's show you. All right, well, getting roomy, isn't it? We've just stretched out the two poles, as you can see. That gives us a little entryway here, and we've stretched out the roof, which gives you a really nice high-pitched roof. Now, the last thing we need to do, as I said, jump up on the bed here. We release the last two butterfly clips up on the bed, and you're going to see the other end fold out. Let's go. Rightio, well that is it. We've got him all set up, and look, it's hard to imagine that such a big amount of camping space comes out of such a small little trailer, little compact setup that it is. It's just amazing. So last thing to do, as you're seeing, we pushed out the poles. Last thing to do is just tuck over the dust flaps there. Look, it's not so much to protect the rain, it's more just to protect the dust and the leaves and everything getting up inside underneath. So do that, and you can also opt to add in the enclosed room. Now this has got a big enclosed room that comes out, and all the canvas work for that is underneath the bed. We'll give you a bit of a look at, but look, I don't really generally set up any of the extra room. I've actually never set it up. We don't set up the floor or anything like that. We just utilise it the way it is, and it's perfect, and we can sleep 4 in it the way it is, and then put the gazebo off the side, which is a lot quicker and easier to set up. So a little bit dirty from our last camping trip, but it's nice and dry. And look, most important, if you get them wet, make sure you air them out when you get home so they don't go mouldy, so or stinky. So let's give you a look inside now, and let's turn some lights on, because I rigged up the power there before. So simple 12 volt LED light at the top, and look, that was done by the previous owner. Had it not been done, I would have done it straight away myself. Don't know if I like his wiring, but then all that's got to come down as the pole collapses. So that is the bed space, double bed, huge space. And look, you've got all this floor space here. It's generally checker plate, or it is checker plate underneath. Previous owner actually opted to put down some marine ply carpet, which is nice. He just didn't like getting out of bed in the morning and getting cold feet, but there you go, you can actually see the checker plate underneath originally. So good idea though. If once again he had not done it, I would have done it, put some marine ply carpet down. And look, it's not going to, oh look, if it gets dirty or what have you, too bad. You rip it up and replace it for 50 odd bucks. So under the bed storage here is where we've got all our canvas work. Now this is all the extra tent, the extra canopy that goes off the side, and it's quite a large setup. You know, you can sleep about 6 to 8, 10 people in this thing once you set it all up. But we don't really do that. We carry it all. We've got the extra poles and what have you. We've got all the canvas work up the back. I know it's very dark in there, but generally we don't carry any of that. So, or don't use any of that, I should say. So look, great little setup there. We've got some 12 volt plugs and ports there. Down on the side, once again, previous owner set it all up. Had he not, I would have. And in actual fact, I'd like to set up a few more different outlets and what I really want to do is set up a projector screen in here for the kids. So put a bit of a white blanket or a projector screen on here, and the kids can sit up in bed here and watch a movie of the night time. So very cool, and maybe look at opting for a little diesel heater. Maybe I just don't know if I like the idea of that sort of heat source in the van. So we've got the Blue Eddies. Look, we've got all the power, portable power that we need, we could ever use. So I'm more likely to do something 12 volt heating. So a little 12 volt heater, or even some electric blankets, some real low wattage electric blankets you can put on the bed. So very cool though. And we'll say just quickly, the extra poles, they come out through here, and what the previous owner's done once again, look, he's really thought it out and done some great things. He's put little hooks, they're very hard to see, probably better off to see inside. He's put little hooks on the end there, he's actually welded them on. So he's just thought out about a few things. And the pole setup, to put the poles on here, you take one pole and it comes out here, and same thing in the center, same thing at the end. So the 3 poles come out here, build the frame, and you build your canvas around it. To put those poles on though, just a nightmare. So the fact that he's put little round eyelet hooks in there, I'll tell you what, a perfect little modification. Very handy, because I've set up the awning, and it's quite hard to locate those pins. So with the hooks there, he's thought it out really well. So let's just give you a look at inside the toolbox here quickly. And look, I'm only running a very cheap supercharged battery there just to run the lights for now. Generally I have a lithium ion 100 amp hour battery in there. But you can see he's got a little gauge there, which is nice. You can keep track of your volts, of your power. And in here he's sectioned it off, and in here is just where we keep all our food and supplies and rope and tarp, and look, extra little cooktop. And the camping stove, last thing, we'll show you. I will need 2 hands for this, but the camping stove, when we're on the go for a couple of days, we do set up the stove, the big stove, and run off that. So let's just open that up quickly and give you a look. Right, well there is our little camp kitchen set up. Just need 2 hands to set him up and open him up. He's got the fold out table there. It's extremely dirty, so we're going to clean him up before we get out and use and hit the road this week. Just something I was just pulled off there though. Little top table there that the previous owners built. So when you're not using the stove, I mean, we just got a little 2-burner stove in there, but when you're not using it, you can utilize that top tier board as another shelf to use. We've also got the little drawer in there with all our cutlery, and these taps, or these sinks, they're basically operated by lifting the tap up. As soon as you lift the tap up, it activates the 12 volt pump with the tank and the water tank in the back here underneath. So that's where we fill the water up, and the tank's up underneath. Look, from memory, it's about a 60 or 80 litre water tank. And one other thing that the previous owner done, I think is a great idea, if he ever was on the road and that tap happened to come up enough where it started leaking and putting water all through the camper, and it wouldn't have mattered because it would have leaked out, but when it got to the campsite and had no water, it would have mattered. So what he's done is just put off a little isolator switch there. You can hear it kick on straight away, and there is our water. So as soon as you lift the tap up, the water starts coming out. So with that isolator switch, you can kill the pump and isolate the pump, which I think is a fantastic idea. So anyway, look, great camper. We paid, as I said, we had it for $6,000. We got it for $5,900. I cheekily got $100 off. So great camper, great setup. The biggest thing about buying campers, and I mean, this is our first one ever, so I'm no expert, but I did a lot of research, and the biggest thing is look for your zips, look for your tears, look for your wear and tear. Has it been set up and got rained on? Has it been packed up mouldy? Has it got big stains in it, or does it stink? Because the canvas can go really smelly and rotten and mouldy. One other thing too, check all your zips, is your Velcro all good? Is your fly wire all good? Do your zips work all perfectly? And another thing you can do, let me just find it, is the old silicone spray. Now this stuff is just dynamite, and we spray them all over our zips. Don't worry too much about getting it on the canvas. but with that little hand nozzle there, we can just spray them straight down on the zips and make sure everything's well lubricated. So, and that's the key to making these things last. So every time I get it out, just give them a spray down with the silicone spray, and just give them a bit of a tidy up, a vacuum out, an air out. Like I'm going to open all the windows up and start packing it full of our gear. So hope you've enjoyed, guys. 2014 Mars Vanguard camper, and I can't wait to get it out and test it out this weekend and start using it with the boys. We'll see you out there.